Hey everyone, Sam Signorelli here. I am the husband of Sandy from Sandy Sweets and Sours, and this is going to be the first, we hope, is a series of videos to demonstrate some techniques Sandy uses when she's cooking her jams and jellies and candies. So if you're doing something the same or similar, we might give you some ideas how to make things a little easier. First, we're going to talk about her cook pots. When she is cooking something opaque, a brittle, a fudge, something like that, she will tend to cook in a standard Teflon, little pot. However, if she's doing something that requires her to watch the color, like a hard candy, and then requires a certain amount of control, just pouring into the mold, she prefers a different pot. And what she uses is a Pyrex pot. This is a Pyrex Flameware sauce pot. It is old. It is older than I am. I'm 56. This thing dates back to the 50s or 40s. It's a very good pot, really well made. It's obviously survived a long time. It's got a nice clear glass. You can see through it. You see how the spout is really nice and narrow, so you can pour very easily, but the handle's the issue. This handle is bad. She has big hands, hits in the back of the hand here. It's also not oriented very well. It's vertically higher, and it's hard to control. So what she prefers to do is use the handle from said Teflon pot. This is a cheaper one I bought at Walmart. It cost you $5. It's a little 2-quart sauce pot. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mount this handle assembly onto that glass pot. The problem is how I can do it, because this pot handle is mounted in a rather unique way. This strap that the handle is riveted to is held on by a little flip latch right here. I'm going to take this off real quick. There it is. And it comes off, put the pot aside. See what it looks like. So I flip this little toggle over. You see how it tightens up. And it tightens up around the around that recess that was in the pot. However, it goes around, it comes to here, and then it has 2 inches going this way, and they're then bolted right here. This is not a solid piece, so I can't use this strap. So instead, what I'm going to use is something called a ducting clamp. And this is a ducting clamp. If you're an automotive guy, it looks like a hose clamp. It's just a bigger version of a hose clamp. What happens is you put this tab in here and create a screw down. There's a little helical screw in here. It makes it tighten up. And I'll show you what I mean. Put my powered screwdriver on it, and you'll watch it tighten up as I am tightening here. Oop, didn't tag in there. Hey, there it goes. So you watch it tighten up. You see the part coming out there, right? That's what snugs around the duct, or in this case, the pot. And the good thing about this is it fits perfectly into that recess for the original strap. So it's very fortunate that way. Now, the problem is how we're going to mount this. Well, we can't use the original mounting. What I'm going to do is take this handle off, and then I'll show you how I'm going to do it. Now, if you've never seen how a pot handle goes on, here's the thing. Inside, kind of hard to see these 2 bumps right here. Those are rivets. There's a screw in the back of the handle here. I've already taken it out. And here's a screw. Okay, bolt goes through the back of the handle here, that little hole there, and into this T-shaped block. Sometimes it's hard, solid aluminum. This time it's going to be bent. You can see where it's threaded, so the screw engaged, and that's how it's held on. I got to take this off. Now, this pot is a cheapie. I'm going to throw it away. So I'm going to cut this away so I have room to work with, and then grind these rivets down so I can get this off. So stand by, I'll do that real quick. Okay, I'm back, and the cutting's been done, so I cut away the section. Now, here's the backs of the rivets here. And I'm going to grind down this side probably, and then try and pound this side out to get this thing free. Sometimes it's an involved process, and I'm hoping not to deform this too much, although I've been able to make work in the past. So basically, on my bench grinder, grind this side down so I can wiggle this off, and I'll show when I get back. Hang on a second. Okay, so I got the little bracket off. Here it is. It's a little deformed because of the nature of what I had to do, but it's off. I also, so here you see the holes here. This top hole I re-drilled wider for the bolt I'm going to use, because it wouldn't. I need to slide through, not screw into. I also took that hose clamp, the duct clamp, and I drilled holes in it. So we have 2 holes here. Those for the rivets. I'm going to show in a second. That middle one's for the bolt to go through the handle. So how I'm going to attach the this mounting block to the hose clamp is with a pop rivet. Pop rivet looks like this. Comes in varying lengths. This is a medium length. This part here is the actual rivet. This stem down here is simply what draws it down. When it's in the rivet gun, it grabs the stem, pulls it down. This little top part comes down, mushrooms this out, and that makes it nice and tight. That makes connections. So I'll show you. Here's rivet gun. Put the stem in the barrel, and as I squeeze it, you'll see the mushroom head squeeze out. You see it deforming right there, and that's gonna eventually make a nice tight fit when it's on something. Now you hear a pop, and you see this part fall off on the next pull, and it fell off. What happens is the stem comes out, and that's trash, and it looks like this. Okay, pops off, hence what's called a pop rivet. So I'm going to rivet the mounting block to the hose clamp. Now, the thing about this is I want to make sure that this part faces out. That's what it's going to mount on. But also, as far as the rivet's concerned, the stem is going to be mounted on the inside because I want this part here to be as flat to the surface of this as possible so it doesn't put undue pressure on the glass, which I'll get to in a little bit. So I have some washers here, little tiny washers. Go on that there. Going to go through one hole and through the hole of the mounting bracket like that. And I'm going to put another washer, give something to grab onto. So it looks like kind of a bit of a sandwich right there. You see it. Okay, you have the stem, one washer, the hose clamp, the bracket, another washer, and the rivet itself. Let's put this on. There it goes. And squeeze. Starting to come. I'm going to make sure this other hole's lined up. Okay, that's off. You can see how it's riveted on, like there. It's not going to come off. Put the other one on. And then I can do the rest, which is the easy part. So that goes on there, right through the hole. Second washer. Okay. And there we have it mounted. Not going to go anywhere, nice and tight. This little part here that's deformed is not a big deal. That's going to be held down in place anyway. But that's on now. And now I can go ahead and mount the handle to that. So the handle, I'll find in a second. I'll get back to you. Hang on. Okay, so I have the bolt going through. You can see how it's more or less flat on the back side here. We'll get that in a little bit. And it goes through. So I'm going to put this on. The bolt's going to go through the center hole on that. Sends that way. And then the bolt sticks to the back here. And I'm going to put a small lock washer. And then a bolt on it, or a nut rather. There's the nut. So that's how it's going on to hold in place. Get a standard screwdriver and tighten this up so it'll snug. See, it's starting to snug up now. There it goes. Okay, that's not snugging. Got to find a way to grab it. Stand by a second here. And here's the mounted grip. It's nice and tight, not going to go anywhere. Put a different lock washer on. It's nice and tight here. It's a little tight from this side. Now this part here projects out a little bit. I really can't help that too much. However, I have a solution for that. I got a silicone baking mat. It's about 8.5 by 11, and it's designed to handle temps up to 300 degrees. So I cut a small strip off. I'm going to glue it right in the back there to act as a bit of a cushion, because I don't want to put too much stress on the glass from these bumps popping out. I'll put this on, and then I'll show you how to attach this to the pot, and we'll be done. Stand by. Okay, so I have the handle assembly in my vise here. I'm going to hold that in place while I put the pot on. Now this is set, so I want to have that way. So the nozzle is 90 degrees to the handle. Make sure these things fit inside. That little tip slips in there and gets the screwdriver going real quick here just to start it. There it goes. And I'm going to back up a little, you can see a little better. And right now, I don't need it anymore. So now it's on, and it is a little off of 90. I'm going to back up a teeny bit. Readjust it to the point where it is 90 degrees, and then go ahead and tighten it up. And when this thing is tight enough, it is tight enough. And voila, there we are. This is nice and tight. It's not going to go anywhere. If I need to take off the wash, it just undo this, slips right off. And this handle is ready to go, ready to rock. And hope that helps. Any questions, please drop us a line through the website, Sandy's Sweets and Sours. I'm sorry, sweetsandsours.com, sweetsandsours.com. And happy cooking. Have a good one.